Joining me now from Philadelphia, political commentator and radio host, Kathy Barnette. Kathy, it's interesting. Only Hollywood could turn a boycott against Georgia into a boycott against itself. But if you think about it, this sex strike could mean a couple of positive outcomes. Number one, fewer abortions, possibly. And number two, no offspring from these radicals.
So very true. Graham, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to come before your audience. And yes, right, who would have ever thought that she would have came up with such a brilliant idea? Because so many of us have, for so long, have always said, if you want to stop unplanned pregnancies, one solution is to just stop having random sex with random people. Yeah. So I applaud her for coming up with that little suggestion there. And also, as you saw here in the great state of Pennsylvania, we had Representative Brian Sims going off the deep end as well.
Right.
Not too long ago.
Right. Now, Kathy, I want to remind people, because this was a social media kind of explosion. It wasn't really what I would consider news. So I want to remind people who this Sims is, since he's a nobody. He was a nobody 6 months ago. He'll be a nobody 6 months from now. So here's a little clip. Roll tape.
It'd be easier if you just give me your name and your address.
Rich,
come on.
Rich Bohinski.
Rich, where are you from?
Lansdowne.
Rich, what makes you think that it's your job to tell women what's right for their bodies? And the truth is, I'm not really asking because I don't care. Shame on you.
Shame on him. We didn't get to see his face on that little clip of video, unfortunately, but it's a face that should be emblazoned all across America as to what a bigot looks like.
Yes, you know what? Talk about intolerance. And one of the things that your clip did not go fully into is him chasing behind and three young girls who were there silently praying outside of the Planned Parenthood in the city of Philadelphia, as well as him running behind an elderly lady who, too, was simply praying silently outside of the Planned Parenthood. And what I found interesting as I listened to his rant is his continuous, incessant bringing up race into his rant. In order to shame the elderly lady and the young girls, he continuously called them white women. Well, as you can see, he's white as well, and yet he continued to virtue signal that this was somehow white people standing up against women who want to murder their own children. And for many blacks, including myself, we believe that these abortion centers are strategically placed primarily in black communities with the express purpose of getting rid of the undesirables, as the founder of Planned Parenthood said, Margaret Sanger.
Right.
And it has been very effective in doing that. For every 1,000 black babies who are born, 477 are murdered in their mother's womb. And you can go to the Center for Disease Control and see that number for yourself. That's a 32% kill rate. And as I often say, lynching got nothing on Planned Parenthood in the black community. So as far as I'm concerned, when you see white people standing up against Planned Parenthood, I actually consider them to be very pro-black. And for someone like Representative Brian Sims, who wants abortion centers to just kind of populate every community, I actually see them as white supremacists, because Planned Parenthood kills 32% of black babies out of 1,000 that are born.
Right. Well, it's the leading cause of death among blacks in this country is abortion, and people need to realize this, and also realize that it's not a racial thing. It's a moral thing, and that is life in the womb should be protected just like life outside the womb. Kathy, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.